Boom. Hello. How's everyone? Where are we at? I should probably put the live chat link anywhere other than, you know, my own browser. Let's stick that on there. Stick you on there. That one, and then that one, that one. Hello PGR, hello Harry, and hello Ish. How you doing? Let me copy this link and chuck it on the Twitter. And the Discord. That one. Cool. Hello, how is everybody? Let me double check Streamlabs is... It's not on the right one. There we go. Now you should see chat coming at some point. That one. Hello. Hello, Stein with the wrong account. And hello, F7. How you doing? I edited the seller's guides this morning, so that's all up and ready. Did I link your 780 Ti video on the last one? Did I put that on the end cards? I can't remember if I actually changed it or not, because I know that I put cards on and I know that I put your channel in the description, but I can't remember if I put that on there. If I haven't, let me know and I'll change it, but yeah. Ah, right, I see. Swipe Tech BE, nice. Is Ryzen bad for video editing / for Adobe? No, because I use one and I've had no problems. I've got a 2700X or 2700 non-X. I used to have a 1700X for the last like year and a half, and have moved to this, and I'm very happy with it. I think technically speaking, especially on CPU only, like CPU encoding only, most Intel chips do perform a bit better, but the when you factor in any level of GPU encoding, whether it's NVIDIA or AMD, there's basically no difference, so it's all good. Hello Prashanthan, how you doing? Ish, not that I saw on my YouTube feed, like my YouTube player, but it's all good. Links to end cards, cool. Awesome. Yeah, Ish, I don't think so. Oh, you're in. Awesome. Cool. That's all good. Lou's eating and Jurgamer is doing HS, which I assume is either homeschool or hard. No, never mind. Oh, hello. Thank you, Cam, for subscribing. When I get a new PC, I'm gonna get in 8 to 10 months, probably gonna get a Ryzen 3700 for video editing. Cool, yeah, sounds good. Who did? Hello, new subscriber. Looking for a decent monitor for my Xbox One X that will do 4K and HDR and still look good for my PS4. Fair play. What sort of budget do you have and what country are you in? Finally bought a processor and GPU from my B360F. Nice one. What'd you go with? Stein trying to work out what I was thinking. Hard studying. Do you believe that? Because I don't. What did I do today? I played with, I suppose I returned a thing from that, and I played with hard drives, actually. Technically these, but these are broken ones. Or ones that have very bad sectors. I've got a old WD Scorpio Blue. Not gonna focus, is it? Oh, there you go. I got a Scorpio Blue from an old laptop, and then an OG Seagate Barracuda 2TB, which I actually have one of these as my gaming drive. The only reason that this one has any issues is because I used it in a NAS for like 4 years, which is not recommended because these are the standard ones. These are not built for 24-hour usage or like 24-hour uptime. They're not built for being in enclosures, you know, vibration resistant. And the reason that this died is also because I used this in a NAS, because it was for like films and media and I didn't have all that much. But now Seagate sent me two 8TB ARM Pros, which is awesome. Or technically it was Overclockers UK, but Seagate and Overclockers UK made it happen, so that's all good. And I'm very happy now. I don't know if you know, but so with these sorts of drives, it's very clear that they're like sort of cast iron or cast steel. They're quite quality feel, you know, but they're not insane. Whereas I picked up the 8TB ARM Pros, and they're billet aluminium, the CNC milled, and they're just the nicest things to hold. Like, they're just really quality feel, which I appreciate is a bit weird, but I appreciate the craftsmanship. A lot more value than my review sample Athlons then. True. I'm disappointed that games don't benefit as much from SSDs as they should. Very true. Just checking that I didn't miss anything. I would agree. Obviously, that I did a video a little while ago taking a look at M.2 versus hard drive, essentially, to see, you know, best case for SSD and then sort of worst case for hard drive almost. And there really wasn't any difference, especially in terms of performance. I think the biggest barrier is that even at 3.5 gigabytes per second, that's still nothing compared to what the speed of RAM is. And even then, compare that to the data and throughput that the actual level 3, level 2, and level 1 caches have. I think that storage would have to be a lot faster before it's you would actually start to see any benefit from, say, being able to use some of your storage as extra RAM for games or whatever else. But anyway, Prashanthan, so you have an i5 8500T and a Zotac 1070. Any recommendations for a budget power supply? EVGA 500 or 600B. They're both good. Hello, Starman. How you doing? Not quite, Stein. Did I miss anything? Hooded, you're in the UK and £700. Yeah, no worries. So in that sort of price range, the monitor that I would really recommend for you is the LG, I'm gonna get it wrong, 27UD68P. That's the one. That is a beautiful 4K monitor. It's got, I believe, 2 HDMIs in, so you can have your Xbox on the HDMI 2 port and then your PS4 on the other HDMI port. It also has DisplayPort if you do want to get into a lot of PC gaming. Highly recommended. But it's also 4K, 60 Hz, has FreeSync supports, which means that it should work with the consoles. And more importantly, it is just a beautiful display. It's IPS, so that's generally means very good color accuracy and very good viewing angles. And it's just a beautiful thing to look at. It's 27 inches, so definitely high density. But yeah, that would be my recommendation, and I think they're somewhere between £350 and £400. So just shy to just above half your budget, which is obviously a nice surprise, I suppose. Can't decide between two new cases, Fractal Design Meshify S2 and Fantex P600S from a new build. I think both of them look awesome, so you're gonna have a hard time. Personally, I really like Fantex in terms of their like case selection and their case design. They tend to do a really nice job, but yeah, so do Fractal, so it's kind of hard to recommend one over the other. Personally, I say Fantex, but yeah, that's that. Hooded, awesome, nice one. Where are you planning on buying from, by the way? Prashanthan, no worries. Thoughts on the Inwin 303? Not really seen. I don't tend to keep up on cases unless I get sent press releases, which I did for the Fantex one. But let's have a look. Inwin 303. That's 3003. Looks quite cool. Let's check out clockers. Let's get a good old screen share going on, shall we? Look at that not working. There we go. I'm a tech YouTuber. Cool. So I do quite like how they do the tempered glass. You know, I'm really not a fan of the standard tempered glass where you've got 4 screws. It's just not very nice. Cool IO, I guess. Interesting setup. I think I've built. I did a speed build in one of these, and I didn't really like it that much. But that's my personal preference. Yeah. So yeah, personally not a massive fan, but again, that's personal preference. Check the ROG version. I assume that it's not much different. I guess it's probably red. Yeah, with some tempered glass. Okay, yeah, fair enough. As I said, my personal preference, in that case, there's a few things that I'm just not that comfortable with it, but yeah. Hello, Mike. Hooded, awesome. Amazon is a nice place. Nice place. I don't know if you know, but I'd be incredibly grateful if you click on the Amazon affiliate link. There should be one in the description. It doesn't cost you anything, but it massively helps me out, and it also means that since, you know, I may or may not have convinced you, I can then say to people like LG, hey, look at what I do for you. Give me all your money, and then they give me money too. So I'd be very grateful if you can use that just before you buy. If not, don't worry. If there's someone else, then feel free. But kind of goes for everyone, really. It's a massive help out. It doesn't cost you anything. So I'm very grateful for everyone who does use that. What do you think of the H500 from NZXT? So I don't have one. As far as I'm aware, from what I've heard, they're pretty good. The build quality seems nice. I think there's a few things that were a bit iffy with them in terms of like just getting through, like actually going through the process of building on them. But yeah. And to answer your other question, yes, anything on Amazon, from garden sheds to tech, you know, whatever it is, as long as you click my link basically just before you buy, then it goes through for me and helps out. But yeah, the H500 from NZXT. Was that the one? Is the airflow not the best in that? I can't remember. Do you see what we buy through the link? I can see what you buy, but not who buys it. So your anonymity is secured, but I can also, you know, see. Okay, so there's a big vent on the side, right? Got you. That seems relatively restricted in terms of airflow. Yeah, but I guess it looks cool, so that's something. Hello, Joe. Sure thing, mate. Someone bought some dodgy stuff through mine. Nice. So use an alt account for your adult products. Yeah, nice, cool. And awesome, BJR. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, in terms of tech, I have a massive long Amazon database. Whenever it spins up, spinning Rust, eh? I'll move that one there, 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 move that one there. So in terms of the actual like tech stuff, it's quite a long list, but yeah, I make a note of it and then I'm able to send it on to all the peeps. Quite an exhaustive list. It still goes on. There you go. Up to 0. VR PC versus PSVR. No, don't fall. Please don't fall. I personally prefer Vive over both Oculus and PSVR. One, because I have one, and two, mostly because you get decent resolution per eye, and you get really good, very easy to set up tracking. The lighthouses, which are out of frame today. There you go. The lighthouses, which are there and there, are super easy. You don't have to connect anything to the PC besides the headset, which is just this little breakout box. And all those need is power, which is fantastic. Whereas obviously the Oculus ones, I would have to run a wire from there down, I guess, all the way around to the PC, and that's another USB port taken up. Whereas, okay, this is another wall plug, but I'd rather a wall plug than a USB port, considering the number of USB ports that I have taken up on my PC already, with all the many peripherals that I have. So, yeah. But you must need a decent spec PC. Yeah, so that's the trade-off, right? So you get better tracking, and you get a better, personally, I would say, overall experience. But with PSVR, with a couple of cameras and a standard PS4 or PS4 Pro, with the little breakout box, you get a close but not quite experience, in my personal opinion. What I like about PSVR is the accessibility, right? It's not so expensive that you have to, like the PC that I'm running on, if you were to buy all of the parts new, I think you're probably talking £1,000 to £1,500, right? So it's certainly a good bit more expensive, and that's not even including the 400 quid for a new Vive, right? So you're talking like £2,000 all in to get a decent monitor, keyboard, mouse, PC, and Vive, if you're starting from scratch. Whereas with a console, you almost always already have a TV, so you need what, £200-300 for a console, and then another 300-400 for the headset. You're in it for a lot less, so that's fair. But obviously, you get a nicer experience with the Vive, at least my personal opinion, anyway. Hello, Matt. No worries. I do agree. As said, the accessibility is definitely a thing. Just gonna tilt the camera back down a wee bit. There we go. Is definitely a issue, I suppose. So yeah, VR is scary when you're fat. Nice. Oh, PGR, do you get a significant amount or not so much? Just interested. You don't have to say if you have to. So it's between 1% and 7%. Tech normally goes towards the 1 category, whereas the more random stuff, garden sheds and stuff, as I mentioned, are closer to the 7% category. But it totally depends. And also, Amazon has a load of reasons why they don't pay you. Whether it's like you're a regular user of my link, or if you're like, there's a load of reasons why they won't pay me for something, and they'll keep the cut to themselves. But that's just that. Hello, super user. How you doing? How's your week been? Are there any video games you're looking forward to in the next couple of months? I tend not to buy new games all that much. So I've only just got Battlefield 5 actually. I suppose technically I am quite interested to see how they handle the Battle Royale. Obviously the fact that they've delayed it, and the fact that they've delayed the Battle Royale portion as well as the original game and all that sort of stuff, makes me think that they do want to do a good job with it. So that is definitely nice, and it's kind of refreshing to see, considering that a lot of people, minus the CD Projekt Reds of the world, who actually I just got in touch with, and I'm now on the press list, which is awesome. But people like them, have a habit of waiting until they're actually happy with the product rather than trying to rush something out, which is a very great mentality or a setup to have. But either way, I'll be interested to see that. I still play a lot of games like Rocket League and Rainbow Six Siege, which are like 5 or 7 years old on the Rocket League side, and then on the Siege side, it's coming up to 4 years old. So certainly on the old side of things. But yeah, I'll probably get Battlefield 5 when the Battle Royale drops. Nice, that's cool. Max, I really like the look of Battlefield 5, but my parents don't let me play 18 games. Damn man, how old are you? Responsible parenting? Max, wrong account. It's me. PewDiePie? I don't... I didn't even notice that you spelt responsible wrongish until you corrected it, so it's all good. No worries, Max. Not quite. Still on the same account. Best game of all time is 2005 Star Wars Battlefront 2. That and Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original. Those are the two games that I mained as a like 5 to 10-year-old on the PS2 Slim. Memory cards. Oh god, memory cards. 16 meg mass storage card. There you go, PGR. Nice one. Oh yeah, you're 14? 15. 14 to 15. Yes to the Most Wanted. I know, right? The opening scene where you pull up to the Mustang and gives the pink slip to the nice looking lady and racing away, and then your car starts failing and you're just really mad because you were beating him. Take away your Beamer. I don't want to sound old, but when I was in school, we had to hand in assignments on 3.4 meg floppy drives. Nice. Ouch. Hello, Arch Ranger. How you doing? You finished your PC part picker for about $4,000. Nice. That's expensive. Yeah, cool. What's in your stuff? Do you want to throw it in the Discord? It'll auto-populate for you. Yeah, sure, man. I had to hand in mine on something called paper. I like how both Kev and Starman went for the same joke. So Archranger, you just sent /list, which is not the link to your list. There's normally a code after your list that kind of, it says it. It normally says at the top of the page, share your list, and then it has pcpartpicker.com/list/xyz blah 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 blah. There you go. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's everybody have a look. What we got? So we got a 9900K, we got a Kraken X62, we got an MSI Meg Z390 Ace. That is one. Actually, that's a lot cheaper than it was recently. Okay, 32 gigs of Trident Z, cool. An 860 Evo and two 4TB Seagate Barracudas, the slow ones, I must add. Why are you going with two 4TB? Of interest. An RTX 2080 Ti Founders Edition, cool. H700i case, EVGA G3750 Supernova, and two of the MSI 141st 1080p monitors. £200 for $200 for Windows 10 Pro. That's expensive. Maybe I should go with one 8TB. So if you're looking, assuming you want 8 terabytes of storage, I would definitely recommend going with a single 8TB rather than two in RAID 1 in RAID 0, because RAID 0 will fail, and when it fails, you will lose everything. So yeah, worth going for a single 8 TB. If you want redundancy on that 8 TB, then you can then later on go for RAID 1. But if you're storing, so for internal storage, personally, my personal preference, and this comes from the way that Enterprise does storage, is have whatever storage you want on your PC and then just back it all up to a NAS. That is a more expensive option, right? Because you need another computer essentially connected to your network with hard drives in it. But if you want redundancy on your 4 or 8 TB drives, RAID 1, especially software RAID 1, which is what you'd be doing through the motherboard, is okay, but it's not necessarily perfect. It's also more prone to fail and prone to give you issues, more than just having backups of stuff. Even if you like just go complete budget NAS kind of thing and just have an external 4 or 8 TB hard drive as well, and back up onto that, that would be my recommendation. Also, since this is very clearly mostly a gaming computer, the majority of the stuff that you'll be storing are games from places like Steam, I assume, which are all cloud backups, so you don't need to worry about the vast majority of that. The only drive that you tend to really need to back up is actually your OS drive, the Samsung Evo, so even just getting like a 2 or 4 TB external hard drive would be to back up that would be fine. Larger SSD, 1 TB is fine. I mean, I've just upgraded to a 1 TB SSD and I'm nowhere near filling it. So unless you're planning on installing games to that as well, in which case maybe, then yeah. 4 TB is a very big SSD. What would that be? One of the Samsung ones? I can't remember. Can't remember what how much the Samsung ones cost. Let's have a look. PC part picker. Slide rule, overclocked abacus. Nice. Samsung. Where's the 4 TB ones? 860 Evo is $700. Nah, don't get a 4 TB SSD, mate. Maybe get a 2 TB one if you wanna go that far. But yeah, for the 2 TB ones, 860 Evo is 327. That's more reasonable. That's more reasonable. There's an M.2 2 TB version for 349 as well. Although it's the Evo, so either way, still a good build. Slide row's too technical for me. God damn it, guys. He already had a 1 TB SSD. Yes, I know that's more than most. Yeah, I mean, you could go with how much flash does he need? About 1 or 2 TB. How many old people on here? I know, right? Punch cards, god damn it. CPGR. Someone asked about switch to a single 2 TB Samsung SSD. Nice. I mean, you can always add more later as well, right? So that's cool. Fill up drives like this tomorrow. Windows Polaris. What's that again? Oh, a modern version of Windows 10. I'm pretty sure that That just looks like a naff Windows 10. Yes, very true, Archranger. Very true, Stein. Very true. What was this thing? Oh, Windows Polaris. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's not a new. Thank you, Thuntrix. I'm pretty sure that it's not a new. It won't be a new OS. It'll just be an update for Windows. If it is, I'll be kind of surprised because I'm pretty sure that Microsoft said this is the last OS we'll ever make. In terms of like a whole OS. But yeah, looks awful. Thank you, Stein. Downloading Resident Evil 2, I assume. I mean, you're currently playing 3D Mark, so cool. Hello. Adding the 2TB SSD actually dropped my price down. Nice. I suppose you did remove two 4TB hard drives, so kill two birds with one stone. Indeed. There you go. Which one did you have? The 860 Evo before, right? The 1TB version. That was $153 or $157. So you're essentially doubling it, but you get double the storage, so fair enough. Yeah, it's the same drive that you have, so fair enough. Nice. Any tips on how I can get money? Fast. That's most of those are illegal. And the rest are pyramid schemes. You just gotta work at it, but Oscar, new to the PC building, found a Vega 64 that's good quality, still has 2 years warranty for $290. Do you think that's a good buy? The card was only used for 2 months. Orders getting deployed. So that's $290, I assume, since you're talking about getting deployed and nowhere but the USA has a military that's active. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. I would say so. Hello, Wapted. Goodbye, Wapted. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal as well. Yeah, it's on Monday. What's your opinion of this thermal cooling pad? Oh, the thingy one. As far as I'm aware, it works fine. It, you know, saves you from cleaning up afterwards, I suppose. I don't really mind all that much. I can't see what price it's selling at. See all buying options, I suppose. $9.99. So, yeah, it's fine. As far as I'm aware, it works. So, Linus has done a video on it recently, or relatively recently. So, yeah. What do you think of Razer? Generally alright. I used one of the original Black Widow Ultimate 2013s. Thanks, man. For like 3-4 years. And besides it having Cherry MX Blue switches and being very loud, it was alright. I actually use a Razer Naga Trinity mouse for gaming, so I can't say no to anything, but generally speaking, they tend to be a little bit on the higher priced side of things. Yeah, can be a bit interesting. But otherwise, yeah, they they tend to be alright. Oscar, nice one. Enjoy your new graphics card, mate. Sounds like a great deal. Nice one, Archranger. That's cool. What are you streaming mostly? Hello, Colin. How you doing? In my computing room at school, there was a motherboard and components can screw into the wall. but they're from the 1990s, so I'm gonna ask if I can revamp it. Nice. It's so that's probably one of the like Acorn style computers. I stream Minecraft at the moment. Nice. Cool. As long as you're having fun, that's all good, man. Funnily enough, I use both the keyboard and mouse you mentioned. Nice. That's cool. How'd you like them? How'd you clean your monitor screens without wrecking them? Isopropyl alcohol wipes. Hammer. God's sake. Hopefully with the new PC I'll be able to stream a AAA title. Nice. That'd be cool. Carefully. Do you recommend fake cherry mix blues? So a lot of the different brand ones can be quite interesting. You know, the Gatorons and Atemu's and what's the other ones that I've got? Generally speaking, they're all right. Reliability can be a concern with them. But generally speaking, because the what you call it, the patent ran out for cherry switches, they're basically identical copies with maybe slightly different materials used. So generally speaking, they're fine, as long as you're not necessarily, you know, using it for a mission critical component, or, you know, workstation or something. Does Pledge turn a 4K monitor into 720p? Definitely. They're dope. I've been using for 2-3 years now, I think, actually. The keyboard just broke though. I'm really happy with them. Sad to hear that it broke, but glad that you got some use out of it. That's why I love my plasma TV. It's glass rather than LCD screen. Nice. Talking about plasma, you get Rick in here all riled up. Got a reply from eBuyer about my monitor, and apparently they couldn't find an issue and are sending it back. Nice one. Did you not? Didn't you send a video to me of that, or the chat? Oh wow. F7 is actually wiping his screen with an isopropyl wipe, right as I recommended isopropyl wipes. I sent them a video, and that still wasn't enough. Is it a power thing? Try swapping what plug. When you get it back, try swapping what plug socket it's into. Maybe. It shouldn't be though. No worries. You too, man. Have you seen the Thermaltake P3 case? I have. It's kind of fancy, but it's also a bit strange. But yeah, either way, enjoy. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. It was a six-way power strip. Okay, fair play. What's your favorite case brand? Generally speaking, Fantex. They have done the best job for me in easy and sensible design. That's just generally very easy to get on with. It's quite modular, but doesn't get in your face about how modular it is, and is just really nice, easy, and good quality. Or, you know, I'll stay a little longer. Fair enough. Found a solution to Mrs. Webb not liking the cherry red clicks on my new keyboard. Turn the Arctis Pro headphones to max so I can't hear her. God damn it. That is one solution. God damn it. I like CM and Fractal. Fair play. I like CM's cases a fair bit as well. Thank you, Brady. Jesus. And Fractal, I've not actually had one, but Lysine, who is not here tonight because his internet isn't, well, his internet's working, but he's also missing an RJ11 cable that would make the rest of his internet work. So, but yeah, so he likes his Fractal design Meshify C quite a lot. And from what I've seen of it, it's quite nice. So that's all cool. Nice job, Ish. Oh dear. Is that Ubuntu? It's Linux of some sort. Is it Ubuntu? See how Wapsis. Hello, Cypher. Oscar, now that I have this Vega 64, do you have any suggestions on what cheap 1440p monitor I should get? I don't want to break the bank. So the Element Gaming one is not available in the USA, but there are a lot of Korean monitors that are actually quite interesting. I can't remember all the brands. Go check out Wendo from Level 1 Techs. He's done a number of good reviews on cheaper Korean monitors that you can import for quite cheap in the like $200 to $300 range, I think. So yeah. Hello Spencer, how you doing? What's the average boot time on Windows 10 on a SATA SSD? I have no idea. Probably like 20-30 seconds. Maybe 40 if you include the BIOS splash screen post time. Is 6 cores enough for gaming and streaming properly with no hyperthreading? Ooh, in theory, yes. Personally, I would still use NVENC or VCE, the graphics card encoders. But yeah, that's my personal recommendation. Long time no see. You need to do football on days I don't play football. Well, you're here, so that's fine. Yeah. Cool. Why are you looking at random, like, is Lou even here? I don't think he is. He's just posting random pictures in the Discord of ergonomic mice. And nice one, Ish. That's cool. Learning 40-gate firewalls in the office at the moment, so here in spirit. Nice. Do you stream gaming? Not really. I do every now and again, but it's better for me to do this kind of stream than otherwise. So yeah. And what videos have you got coming up? Let me just find out because I can't remember. So a comparison between these a Founders Edition graphics card and a non-Founders Edition, essentially, to talk people through the difference of why you might want a Founders Edition, why Founders Editions even exist, and what they are, and all that sort of jazz. The Budget Series Seller's Guide on Monday, and then a bit of a Tech Explained video covering the Tech Explained series that's technically started with the What Are the Frame Times videos, but have one on Monster refresh rates in a couple of weeks' time. And I've also got a gigabyte monitor on the way, which will be interesting. That's turning up tomorrow, so we'll see what we think of that. Oscar, no, personally. Interesting, Chris. Adrian, what G-Sync monitor would you recommend for around £400 to £500? Been waiting for the Acer Predator IPS to come down in price a month now. So now that a lot of FreeSync or Adaptive Sync monitors work with G-Sync, basically any, especially one of the recommended ones, are like G-Sync compatible. Let me look. Best, yeah, sure, Hero Gamer, why not? Monoprice. Forgot about those guys. Depends what resolution. Where's the stream? There. There. So this is the 12 that they've actively verified as good. So those, but otherwise you can generally see most FreeSync monitors working mostly fine. So yeah. Sometimes when I hear gaming, I hear buzzing sound from a PC. Is it coming from your graphics card? Because that's called coil whine. Is it high pitch buzzing? Because it's probably coil whine. Thank you, Cypher. What's the most powerful GPU without external power cable? RX 460, some GTX 1050s. I would know actually, because there's an RX 460 in there. Yeah, so that's coil whine, and that's hard to fix. If it's high-pitched buzzing, then how do we stop Colin from whining? Yeah, undervolting can help, but that it's a design of the actual coils that are on the graphics card, and so quite hard to remedy. I have an RTX 2070 and I got it in November. Yeah, that's again, it depends on what the actual like card itself is, and all that jazz. Do you have a GPU backplate site you recommend? I just want a plain red one, nothing too expensive. I don't know any off the top of my head. There's actually, no, I can't remember all that many that actually do just backplates for GPUs, because it normally comes as part of a cooler. F7 says cold 0. Hey, Spencer, your Loke ghost is finally arriving. V1 Tech is some gigabyte. Make one from acrylic or 3D print one. It is quite a cool idea. Gamers Nexus recommended some backplates. Fair play. Bought one and reviewed it for an XFX 380X. Interesting. Those are old. EK Waterblock one and paint it. Would it be something to worry about? No, it's not a problem necessarily. It's only that so there's little coils, effectively, coils of wire that are wrapped around a metal core. They're called inductors, and that's because they induct current into them and act kind of like capacitors, but they create a magnetic field, and then they help smooth power delivery and store small amounts of power, measured in henries actually, weirdly enough. But what can happen is, so some of the designs of those is just a coil of wire that has a metal core in the middle and then a cap sort of stuck on top. And when the coils are being powered, they can vibrate. And especially when there's a cap on top that's loose, that can vibrate and tap and stuff like that, which can produce a whine. Whereas there are some other styles that say have epoxy resin poured into those caps so that they don't worry at all, they don't wobble and vibrate at all, and all that jazz. So yeah. Yes, the reason that it doesn't win gaming is because otherwise your graphics card is basically turned off for the majority of the time. Just rendering screen, videos or whatever isn't that hard these days. Whereas obviously rendering a game is a lot harder. So it's, as I said, it's nothing to worry about. It's a slight fault in terms of the card's parts design, but it's not, it's not going to break because of it. Yeah, it's just going to be mildly annoying. Depending on how severe the coil whine is, you can return it. That is a reason to return and replace our RMA, but it has to be pretty severe for them to actually accept that. Anyone holding out until Ryzen 3000 comes out? So it will be interesting to see. I was very, I suppose, impressed by the demo they had with an 8-core 16-thread beating a 1900K, which in theory does mean that they're A, better single-threaded performance, and B, better clock speed. So that's very, very exciting to see. We'll obviously have to wait and see how it goes, but I will be excited to see, especially if it's at the same sort of price as a 2700X for a 3700X, but for that, so yeah. Watching PC builds, nobody seems to install sound cards anymore. Yeah, so it's the reason that is because the onboard audio has gotten a lot better, to the point where because of process nodes shrinking and getting a good bit smaller, you end up with basically all of the components that you would have had on a high-end sound card a couple of years, 10 years ago, whatever, now just on a motherboards. And yeah, professional people still have them. I know that a lot of people that have external amps and DACs, technically I do use an external amp DAC in terms of the Creative Sound Blaster X G6, but that's only because the amp on my motherboard died trying to use it, so but yeah, compared to when I started building PCs, integrated audio now exists. True. So with Aorus, I registered my GPU for 4-year warranty, but what do I do when something happens? So if it sets on fire or whatever, or if it breaks completely, I think as far as I remember, the warranty process is you just go to their website, go to support, and then log in with whatever account you created when you registered, and then press return my product, or I have a problem with this or whatever, and then they'll go through troubleshooting steps, and if it's full on broke, then they'll just tell you to send it back and send you a new one or try and fix it. I have a legacy sound card, like one I paid a lot of money for a couple years back, and I'm not emotionally able to separate yet. Do you support PewDiePie? If you don't, I'll unsub. Very good, sir. Very good. Aye, sure. Why not? Not someone who I watch personally, but it is funny to see the battle, and the fact that he's winning as well is quite impressive. Harry is waiting for 3000 Ryzen series. Nice. Is the Corsair H80i any good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a standard Asetek design basically, so yeah, it's good. It's fairly reliable. Yeah. Definitely Stein. Spencer, not seeing the engineering sample article thing today. 12-core 8-thread on Ryzen 4. Yes, in theory there's 16-thread capabilities, because when she held up the chip, you could see you've got the bigger I/O die, and then you've got the actual core dies, but it's off to one side at the top, and then you can literally see one of the points where the light shines. You can see where the other core die would sit. It's actually like still laid out on the PCB. I think they just like tried to green Sharpie or something, because it's quite obvious where that would be. So yeah. Ish, fire up my Commodore 64 Mini. Jesus. You old people, you. Ow. go on eBar and look at the EVGA RTX 2060 XT's IO plate. The config is weird. Fair enough. Are there any white motherboards for AM4 apart from the X470 Pro? I can't think of all that many. Most people have gone with the black but RGB side of things, so probably not. I think. Oh no, the B450 primes are like red. So yeah, no. MSI titanium. Yeah, it's silver though, not white. Close, but no cigar. Oh. ASRock X370 Killer has a lot of white. Is that? Oh no, I've got the Taichi. That's fine. That's what I was thinking. X470 Taichi Ultimate. Isn't that also silver? MSI Mortar. Is that not also silver? White is supreme over black. The tiniest of Logans prefers whiteboards. White. White. Older boys, more expensive toys. Yeah. White is the new black. I mean, you're not wrong. Andy, look up X370 Pro BTC Plus. Is that the one with like 16 1X PCIe slots? What was it? ASRock. Oh, X370 Pro BTC Plus. If I spelt it right, that might help. Where's this? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's awful. Right, ready to see something awful? Why? Why? Why does this exist? So you have one RAM DIMM slot, some power delivery, CPU, two 24 pins. What are this? Oh, USB mining ports, extra Molex power, a single M.2 for a boot drive, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 PCIe slots. Ew. Just ew. Ugh. That's just nasty, man. Is that the chipset down here? Because it's literally like a meter further down the board than it should be. Oh, God. I'm guessing there's some PLX chips in here. Is that a PLX chip, maybe? Maybe that. What's the red? Oh, power on stuff. Sapphire black PCB. Yeah, because miners care about black PCBs. Jesus. Well, that's interesting. See you, F7. Enjoy very much. What's your smartphone? It is a OnePlus 3T with a D-brand skin on it. Cypher, should I invest in braided PSU cables? If it fits your build, then sure. It's not really an investment though. Anyway, with all of that said, I'm gonna disappear as well. I hope you guys have a great evening and week until we see you next Thursday. Obviously videos Friday, Monday, and Wednesday as usual. So we should check those out. And yeah, enjoy, guys. Oh yes, also go check out Kev. He's an awesome patron. Thank you for reminding me. He's Tech UK. He makes cool tech videos just like me, but you know, different ones. So yeah, go check him out. Thanks, Kev. Bye.